Is it alright for you? Is it strong enough? True. Hello, at the maligayang pagdating. Coming in, coming out, coming all around, coming all about with another story. And it's a warm one. And I'm in a warm garage right now recording next to the Tesla. Look at that thing. That's there's Tesla. All right, we're going to randomize this. All right, I randomized this thing and it said previous life and seeing the guy. Okay. This is a trippy one. Actually, a funny story happened on Saturday and I want to tell it. And I was about to tell it today and just skip the randomizer and just choose it. I think that'll be the next story though. I think I'll just go. Sometimes I'll randomize, sometimes I'll just pick through. I think I'll randomize, the next one I'll pick, the next one I'll randomize, and the next one I'll pick. Anyway, so this is previous life and seeing the guy. So here's how this one went. Let's say 2018, maybe 2017, when the SoundCloud generation was the pop, when it was just popping. Anyway, I'm unsure about that actually. I just remember that's when a lot of those dudes were coming out with the face tats and it was like, oh man, what's this? These dudes ruining their faces like, now I gotta force myself, I bully myself to do what I put my mind to. I gotta force myself to make it in this. Anyway, let me get to the story. Let's get to the story. I have no idea why people want a face tat. Sometimes I wonder would I get one? And I'm like, no. And then I'm like, maybe. Then I'm like, no. Nah. I got this one tattoo. Right where you get prison gang tats or whatever. And that's good enough. So, okay, holy, the stories. So I'm like meditating. And I'm just meditating, and as you meditate, you begin to research because you're, even before, I would say each and every one of us are always in a constant and undying state of meditation, no matter what state you're in. And at the same time, thus so, because we are ultimate, we can also choose to not be meditating, even when we're meditating. Even if we sit in that meditative position, we can actually not be meditating at all. Or we could be stressed out, smoking cigarettes, paranoid, looking all around, sketching out on crack, and be in the most meditative state of your life. Anyway, so I was saying that because the mind will start opening or whatever, consciousness will start shifting and you'll start seeing things and hearing sounds. Just like when you listen to a song and you put the headphones on and you start hearing these weird nuances and you're like, oh, what's that? I never heard that little gem, that little instrument, that little note or whatever. And yeah, when you silence the mind, or even if your mind is super loud, some spirit or some awakening will happen. Some awareness will come to you. Some idea or some truth or some new knowledge, a new aspect of life, a new dimension that you've never seen before, and you'd like to find out what that is. You want to research it and find out if you're just crazy or there's some merit to what you're quote unquote seeing. Anyway, it's all real, it's all fake. You choose. You choose. You literally are here to create the exact life we wish to live. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that, but there are, as I just did, because this is life, and life is infinite. Anyway, so I'm meditating, and I get to I start learning about all those concepts like karma and reincarnation and past lives, future lives, all types of that, miracles and remote viewing, and these are just silly things. These are just silly little fun things to do in the silence of life that are just dancing around in this big super dance of science. So I'm doing that, and I'm like, dude, are past lives some ish? So I start meditating, and I'm hearing other people, other gurus, and they say, yeah, my past life was this, and my past life was that. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. But like, cool. And after a lot of meditating and a lot of silencing the mind and just going super deep into memory data banks and DNA, yeah, there could be some merit to past lives, but this is where I should start the story, the punchline. So I'm meditating, and I'm just like, what the heck was a past, the exact past life I had? Because I remember hearing Sadhguru saying, my 3 past lives were this, and he said like, this, like the three previous past lives I had were this and this and this. He was explaining it, and other people would say like, yeah, and I would find like websites, and certain yogis would show, oh, this person is a reincarnation of this person, like, and it's just like, I don't know, maybe you're just making it up in your head, or maybe you're actually seeing maybe you're actually super aware of something. So I'm like, okay, God, okay, self, okay, beyond that, okay, absolute infinity and the infinite absolute, what? Show the previous past life I had. And I just was meditating, and I'm just like, I'm going to stay silent, and I'm going to let you show. I'm going to let it show. And what I got in like images and feelings and just data, energies and like understandings without even like seeing it and stuff, was explaining I was this guy, and I knew what he was dressed in. He had like black hiking boots, black jeans, and apparently like it's like saying like this is the life you lived right previous. And I just remember there was this guy with black jeans, he had black hiking boots, a black hoodie, a black backpack, and he had a black hat. Those hats Fidel Castro or Eminem wears. It's those baseball hats, but they're like a cylinder on top. They're built like a cylinder with a flat top. They're like army hats. And he was wearing a black one of those, and he had a straight ponytail coming out of the back. And the understanding was like, this guy was like a nomad. He had family, but he didn't really he wasn't there. He was like gone. He was just like a wanderer. He had like no name. He was like a cowboy. Or I was a cowboy. Like I was just a dude on the road, a vagabond. No name, nowhere to go. Nothing to stress about, nothing to do. And then I understood that this guy lived here. And then I was like seeing like memories. I don't know if they were memories or if I was just having a super lucid imagination, but this is it was the next day that made me just go, okay, what the heck was that? Anyway, so what I understood was he just was like one day, yo, I'm just gonna start walking. And then this guy who was apparently who I just was before I was who I am now, just gonna walk. He was just like, I'm just gonna walk. I'm just gonna start walking. Like, I'm just gonna get up and walk. And then this guy walked miles through countries, through continents. I don't know if he walked the whole time, but it just was saying this guy walked and just wanted to see everything. And I was getting these first person memories, and he's in Peru, he's carving, just a first person memory, a quick first person memory. He was carving pots with people, and so it was just kind of yeah, this guy was going around seeing the cultures and the arts and the sciences of everywhere, and just seeing the world. And that's what he was doing. Super stressless. And he kept walking and walking. Eventually he made it to Nepal. This guy kept walking, maybe not Nepal, but kept walking to the Himalayas. He kept walking. He eventually got to the base of the Himalayas. He kept walking and walking. He kept walking up the mountains. He just walked and walked. It was getting colder. He kept walking until his food ran out. He kept walking until his water ran out, until it got too cold, until he got too high, until he couldn't breathe any. It was getting harder to breathe, until he got too tired. And he was just yeah, he just sat down when he just was too exhausted. He was sat down in a meditative position and just in full lotus or half lotus or whatever. He just sat down cross-legged and meditated there until he died and just froze to death. So I was oh man, is there just a dude just sitting somewhere in the Himalayas just frozen to death, just looking like a regular old, dressed like just some regular old guy, just frozen, sitting upright with a backpack beside him in the Himalayas, because this guy was just dude, I'm just gonna walk until I die, I don't even care. And I was oh, that was pretty cool. And so he meditated and just died in a state of pure oneness. He just let go of everything and died in the most open space he could. And then I was cool, that was pretty cool, yeah. I'm not gonna go crazy evaluating that and analyzing it, even though I will, but I won't. You know what I mean? So the next day rolls around, and I'm I'm gonna go to the spot where I go with the soccer ball and the skateboard, and I play soccer and I skateboard and I do tricks and I practice and I exercise and I sweat and I take my shirt off and I run around, because no one's really there behind the brick. It's a cool spot behind the brick where no one goes, only sometimes, so I could just be alone. Anyway, as I'm walking to the brick, I'm playing with the soccer ball, so I'm looking down at the soccer ball, and then I look up, and 10 feet in front of me is some guy walking away, And he is the only person in the whole area. Like, there was no one. And it's just this one guy walking away from you. And he has ponytail, the black flat cap, black backpack, black hoodie, black jeans, and his black hiking boots. And I was like, what the heck? And then he just walked and turned the corner. And I was like, what? And it was so trippy. It was like he was like a hologram or something. He was probably just a person. I don't know. It was a trippy thing to see. And that's pretty much it. And I just played around, and I was like, damn, man, what did I just experience? Like, was that the biggest coincidence ever? Or did I just see an imprint of this guy? Probably something like that. Like, he probably wasn't even there. Like, probably no one saw. Actually, maybe. I don't know, man. It'd be trippy to talk to someone and be like, was there a guy just there and all in black? And they'd be like, no. So, yeah. That was previous life and seeing the guy. Previous life and seeing the guy. And I had something to go off about. I mean, that was fun. A fun thing to experience. Though, after such and such a while of, having certain prides and, certain just trying to go deeper into certain things, and that I'm seeing, like, go deeper into that reincarnation, go deeper into that past life, like, look more memories, like, try to find more memories, and like, oh, is that who I was? Or, like, who was my other past life? And trying to find, like, a lineage of, like, specific past lives I lived. And before I really got deep into it, it kind of all blew away when I came to a realization that as I say I am, I mean we are. And as I say we are, I mean you are. And as I say you are, I mean I am. You, we, I, we, you, we, I. You know what I mean? It's all the same. I just came to, we are just the reincarnation of everything and nothing. I just said, hey, how about this? How about I'm just the reincarnation of literally every single inanimate and animate and living and dead, every celestial body, star, plank. I am the reincarnation of all of it. Everything that happened before I was born up until that point is in who I am. So I reincarnated as everyone. And then I said, and I am the future life of everything. And I am the incarnation of everything. I am the past life of everything. I am the future life of everything. And I am the current incarnation of everything. Not just like this one person or this one, or like a dog or like a cat. No, just like literally when I die, when my body stops, everyone after that is the reincarnation of DeVonQi. When I was born, I was the reincarnation of everyone before. As I live now today, I am the incarnation of everything that is in and out. And this is us. And though I am saying this like, this is how it is, it doesn't have to be how it is. Because I don't know. And at the same time, I do know. Anyway, We are the past life, we are the future life, and we are the present life of all and of nothing as one and as none and as each on its own and as a combination of any combination of them that you like. There is no fathomable distance anyone can be from God. There is no far, there is no close. You can't be close to God or far from God because God is so unfathomably close that it literally is you. And although there is that truth to be received, at the same time, what was I saying? Although there was that truth, I don't remember what the truth I just said was. Dang. What did I just say? I don't have to go back. I'm going to jog my memory. Right. God's distance. So, even though the truth of that has been spoken, there is also the truth that because God is us, and because of infinite, and because of absolute, at the very same time, God can be far, and God can be close, and God can be at a distance. Like, there's that little analogy or anecdote. Can God create a rock so heavy that he himself cannot lift it? And then people are like, philosophers, well, if he can create a rock that's so heavy, then he is not God. Well, if he can't create a rock that is so heavy that he can't lift it, then he is not God, or both answers are he is not God. If he can't lift it, he is not God. If he can't lift it, he is not God. Well, he, she, it. And it's just like, can God create a rock so heavy that he himself can't lift it? And it's just like, yeah, he can. Or yeah, it can because it's God. Like, there's not a big philosophical complex answer. It's just like, yeah, God would just be like, create a big rock and be like, oh, I can't lift it, ha ha ha. And then just be like, oh, now I can't lift it, ha ha ha. Cool. But like, to be like truly unable to lift it, God would be able to do that because it's God, because it's us. I mean, I can stay in a state of disgusting evil for all eternity if I want, or I can be in a state of eternal bliss and beyond that. And we beyond, and not here, no now. I
I can see inside your head. I know what you said, but I'm thinking maybe it's just an excellent goose. Wicked, vile, vicious bliss, innocent, honest bliss.